Welcome back to Explaining Everything, the channel where we dive into the stories and mysteries behind everyday things. Today's question comes from one of our curious viewers, Turbo Jamie 99. Thanks for the suggestion, Jamie. You asked, why do new cars have no spare tire? Now, if you've recently bought a shiny new car and popped the trunk expecting a trusty little donut wheel in there, you probably had a moment of panic. No spare, no jack, just empty space, like your hope during rush hour traffic. Why did car companies suddenly decide we should all live dangerously? Buckle up, we're digging into the disappearing spare tire mystery right here on Explaining Everything. There was a time, let's call it the golden age of spare tires, when every car came with one. It was standard, like cup holders or bad FM radio. And it didn't matter if you bought a luxury sedan or the cheapest hatchback on the lot. There'd be a small tire in your trunk, ready to rescue you from a roadside disaster. But somewhere in the last decade, things started to change. You'd buy a brand new car, lift the trunk mat, and instead of a tire, there's just a foam insert with a tiny air compressor and a bottle of sealant. Or worse, nothing at all. That's like ordering a burger and finding out the fries have been replaced with a pamphlet about making better choices. One of the biggest reasons spare tires are vanishing. Car companies are obsessed with weight loss, and not in the drink more water way, more like rip out anything that isn't essential. A spare tire, jack, and tools can weigh 30 to 50 pounds. That's the equivalent of constantly driving around with a medium-sized pug in your trunk. By ditching the spare, manufacturers can make cars lighter, which means better fuel economy and lower emissions. And sure, shaving a few pounds helps meet those strict government efficiency targets, but it's also a great excuse to brag in the brochure. Now 0.2% more efficient. Meanwhile, you're stranded on the side of the road, Googling nearest tow truck. It's not just about weight. Space is another big factor. Modern cars are stuffed with tech, bigger fuel tanks, hybrid batteries, crash safety reinforcements, and, let's be honest, absurdly huge subwoofers that some people swear are essential. In smaller cars, especially hybrids and electric vehicles, space is premium real estate. Automakers would rather use that trunk cavity for a battery pack, a bigger cargo area, or to hide whatever complicated wiring they crammed in there. So the spare tire? Out it goes. Now you have more room for groceries, camping gear, or that one giant box from IKEA that you'll never actually assemble. Another reason you're not seeing spares? Run-flat tires. These are magical little pieces of technology that let you keep driving for about 50 miles even after getting a puncture. Sounds great until you realize they ride a bit rougher, cost more to replace, and finding a shop that stocks them is sometimes like finding a unicorn in a Walmart parking lot. Car companies love them because it means they don't have to include a spare at all. You just limp to a repair shop and hand over your wallet. The problem? If you get a blowout or sidewall damage, even run flats are useless. And then you're back to calling roadside assistance, staring at your car like it betrayed you personally. Of course, there's one more reason no one talks about: money. Skipping the spare tire saves manufacturers cash. Even a compact donut wheel, jack, and wrench cost money to produce, ship, and install. It might not sound like much, but when you're making hundreds of thousands of cars, every skipped tire is millions saved. And from their perspective, why give you something for free when they can sell you the experience of not having it? And if you do want a spare, many dealers now sell them as an optional accessory for hundreds of dollars. That's right. The thing your old Corolla came with for free is now a luxury upgrade, like heated seats or a moonroof. Only this upgrade doesn't make you more comfortable. It just keeps you from crying on the shoulder of the highway. It's capitalism's way of saying, we could help you, but wouldn't you rather pay extra for that help? It's a mix of weight reduction for fuel efficiency, saving space for modern tech and batteries, the rise of run-flat tires, and, let's not sugarcoat it, cutting costs. Whether or not that's a good trade-off depends on how often you run over nails, glass, or mysterious sharp objects that seem to only exist in parking lots. Some people are fine with sealant kits and roadside assistance. Others miss the good old days when you could pop the trunk, swap in the donut, and be back on the road in 10 minutes, feeling like a pit crew champion. So next time you're shopping for a car, check under the trunk mat. If you see a tire, congratulations, you found an endangered species. If you don't, well, better hope you never hear that dreaded thunk, thunk, thunk on the highway. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and if your car already has one, cherish it while it lasts. And hey, if you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. Thank you for tuning in, and join us next time here in the channel that answers all the why, what, who, where, and how questions you've always wondered about, here on Explaining Everything.